Hello and welcome to the second episode of Jeopardize, where I'll be talking about some extremely interesting phones. You probably have heard about these phones, but if you haven't, it's totally fine. It's totally okay. That's why I'm here to tell you. Today I'll be talking about two phones with a massive battery, specifically of 13,000 milliamp hour, which is especially huge now. The first phone is called the Ulefone Power 5, which was released by the Chinese phone manufacturer called Ulefone in 2018. Now, apart from the huge battery, it also has an impressive spec sheet of Android 8 MediaTek octa-core processor, 6 GB RAM, 64 GB of internal memory. Now, onto the screen, it has a 6-inch touchscreen with a resolution of 2160 1080 pixels. Now for the camera, the Power 5 has a total of 4 cameras. The 21 megapixel and 5 megapixel front camera, and for selfies, for the narcissist people, sorry, not judging you, but yeah, 13 megapixel and 5 megapixel unit. Apart from all that, it offers USB Type-C, just like the OnePlus and Samsung now, 4G VoLT, wireless charging facility, Face ID technology, and a fingerprint sensor. The Power 5 is available in black and grey color, which you can find now, and weighs an estimate of 330 grams, and it is around 16 millimeters thick. Now, according to Ulefone, or all these 13,000 milliamp hour battery phones, they say that the phone stays in the standby mode for around 1,440 hours, which means that's around 60 days, which means 2 months. Standby mode, 2 months without even charging your phone. That actually blew my mind. So this is why I chose this topic. It blew my mind. Now the next phone I'll be talking about is the BlackVue BV9100, and it is also a phone with 13,000 milliamp hour battery. It has to the specs now, it has a near stock version of Android 9. It has a MediaTek Helios P35, 4 GB of RAM, less than the Power 5, and 64 GB of storage. Now to the screen, wider screen than the Power 5. It has a 6.3-inch screen and a 2340 by 1080 pixel resolution, more than the Power 5. Now to the camera, it has 3 cameras, one less than the Power 5. That means you get one less selfie camera. Sorry for the narcissist people, right? who has this phone. Now the cameras, it is a 16 megapixel and a 5 megapixel camera setup. The 16 megapixels powered by the Samsung, and so is the 16 megapixel front, which is only single one. Now this phone, the BlackVue BV9100, has a waterproof rating of IP68 and 69K. Apart from that, some extras are the fingerprint sensors, USB Type-C. Now, something weird about this, that it is much thicker and heavier than the Power 5. It weighs around 401 grams and is 19 millimeters thick. Now, you might have been thinking that, man, what happened to the Energizer phone? Now, the Energizer phone was a really big hype when it released. It had a battery capacity of 18,000 milliamp hour, but it had failed to see light as a real product. Now, one more interesting phone I want to talk about is the foldable phone from Huawei, which is called the Huawei Mate X. Now, and it comes with a price of 1,85,000 rupees. You could just say it costs 2 lakh. This phone has been already released in some part of the world. And listen one thing, I'm not giving free advice here, but it would be better if you got the S20 Ultra or the 11 Pro. Now, something surprising about this phone is that when it is fully unfolded, it looks perfectly flat and distortion free. Now the Mate X does have a slightly thicker segment on one end, which houses the camera setup and the Type-C port as well. The said segments measure 11 millimeters and unfolded the displays are just around 5.4 millimeters thick. Now for the two displays of the phone, the smaller one is of 6.38 inches with a resolution of 2480 by 892 and an aspect ratio of 25 by 9. The other one is of 6.6 inches with a resolution of 2480 by 1148 and a ratio aspect of 19.5 by 9. When fully unfolded, those add up to a total surface area of 8 inches and a resolution of 2480 by 2038. This all might sound boring, but once you get it in your hands, it'll be silky smooth and you'll be like, I should buy this. But you couldn't because it costs around 2 lakhs. Now, another interesting thing is that Huawei's own team has claimed that the Mate X holds the record of the world's fastest 5G phone and some other titles like the world's fastest fingerprint sensor, etc. Not to the battery, and no, this is not a 13,000 milliamp hour battery. It is just a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. And Huawei claims that it could charge a whopping 85% in just 30 minutes. Now, there's some more information about the specs of the Mate X which was released in the other countries, which I will tell you, all of you guys, in the next episode. And on that terrible disappointment for Energizer, they should be really making batteries instead of phones. It is time to end. Thank you everyone, and I hope you had a good time. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, guys, with some cars.